the lady that lived here that took care of the boys, who took care of the kids. Now, actually, their daughter, she was happily married, and she moved to Sturgis, Michigan, with her husband Mark Haynes. She only lived in this house 1 year, and she had a child. But you know, we have found the man who was our curator, did an exhaustive search. Found there are no living direct descendants of Billy Sunday, unless there would have been some illegitimate child we don't know about. Because the last one ended up being murdered by a common law wife out of California. It was just
well, that's the devil trying to stop the seed.
I know it. I know.
Yeah.
So he did many things, but we also know, we are told that Mrs. Billy Sunday cautioned Mrs. Billy Graham and said, "Do not travel to the extent that I did, because you pay the price with your children."
And I did see the picture over there. Billy Graham preached the first youth for Christ.
Yes, he did.
Right here.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the kitchen. Now this is something kind of cute about Mrs. Sunday. She, when after everyone was gone and she was on her own, there were about half a dozen families locally that she would just show up for supper. They would set a place at the table every night. They never knew when she would show up. Just, "Ma, come on in," and she would just come in and meet with them.
And
So that was kind of the way that she would handle. But she really did well, handling her widowhood. The bottled water you see right here and there are crates of it down in the basement, because we have, the things that they would send them to wherever he was preaching, because he had a delicate digestive system and couldn't handle the change in water.
So they kept these are all from his day? Oh,
About 1935.
my goodness.
Isn't that something? Normally we don't let you touch things, but I think that's probably all right. Anyway, so this is the dining room. I love to ask kids particularly. I do a lot of kids tours. I like to ask them what this is. And they always, of course, think it's a teapot or whatever, but it actually is a chocolate pot. So, which is a little more rare.
With chocolate?
Uh-huh.
For hot cocoa?
Uh-huh, yep. That was a big thing back in the day. Anyway, this picture up on the wall, that was done by Mrs. Sunday. All the needlework you see in the house will be done by her.
Oh my.
Yeah. And the city of Richmond, Indiana, given that picture there, they love to give, were given lots of gifts for being in crusades. And Richmond, Indiana may be still the home of the only existing tabernacle that still is. Yeah, they think it's being used maybe as cold storage or something, so. Anyway,
where's that at?
I don't know exactly, I've never seen it, but.
Where's Richmond?
We've heard. Richmond is down, it would be east of Indianapolis on Route 47, or 70, depending on which way you go.
Heading toward Illinois?
Heading toward Ohio.
Ohio.
Yeah. So anyway, this is, it's considered an arts and crafts bungalow. It was started in 1910, finished in 1911. It was called Mount Hood Bungalow because they had a place in Mount Hood, Oregon that they loved very much, and they're assuming that that's why they named it this. But everything in the house, with the exception of those curtains over there, because those curtains don't last that long, everything in the house is the Sunday. Now this clock has a very important story. It was given by the Pittsburgh Alleghenies as a gift when they got married. What happened was he had to play ball almost right after the wedding, so at one point they stopped the game, brought them down onto the field and gave them wedding gifts, and this was one of them. So he played for the Alleghenies. Also, this might come as a surprise to any baseball fans, but he played for the White Stockings, and they are not a forerunner of the Sox, they're a forerunner of the Cubs. And my neighbor argued with me until I got online and said,
Prove
here it is, here it is. So that's her favorite picture of Billy right there. And this, of course, is Mom back here. She loved this is called an Ingle Nook. Shocked because they said normally arts and crafts houses don't have red walls, but this is what the boys must have wanted. Here's Paul over here looking a little bit like a girl, but that was typical in the day to put him in little dresses, partly because of potty training, I guess.
Is that Paul too?
Nope, that's just a cute picture of a baseball player. Yep, and then here's one of the bats, because he loved to get a ball game going wherever he was. He would love to. He'd play with actors, he'd play with kids, he'd play with just about anybody. He loved to get a ball game. Could have done it, but whether she had the time, we don't know, or whether she had it done, we're not sure. Okay, this is a picture from the Chicago White Stockings. Of course, you probably heard the story about how he was a farm boy.
Is that him?
But anyway, this was the daughter's room. They figured, but you know, when they uncovered hearts on the wall, they knew it had to be the daughter's. 'Cause
Yeah.
the boys wouldn't want hearts. So.
No.
Anyway, but that picture down there of the white stockings, in the early 1990s, Sports Illustrated did a special double edition.
He could have had the best of that world.
Yes, he could have. He was the first one to run the bases in less than 14 seconds. He had he was not good at bat, but he had an amazing stolen base record once he would get on. So anyway, this was a gift from one of the ball teams, and they said she put out hundreds of pieces of encouragement.